Hey everyone, Dan with Great Adventure Guide here with a very important message. Not all food is created equal at Six Flags Great Adventure, but if you follow these tips, you might be able to avoid some disappointments when it comes to food. So hit that like button, get a pen and paper ready, and let's do this thing. Let's make it a great one. When it comes to dining in a theme park, not everyone's needs are the same, so I'm going to give you some direction on places that might work really well for you or your group, and some that you will want to avoid like the plague. But it really depends on what's most important to you, your diet, and your taste buds. Also, side note, we're not discussing snacks today, just your typical lunch and dinner menu items. Snacks are a whole other can of worms, and if you want a video about that, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. If your number one concern is quality, my number one tip for you that almost no one talks about is to go for the barbecue. I'm telling you, if there is any food that Six Flags takes pride in cooking, it's their barbecue and smoked meats. Pulled pork, brisket, turkey legs, you get the idea. These are the menu items that I find to be consistent across the board, regardless of the restaurant that you get them from. Is it the best barbecue I've ever had? No, but it's definitely not bad. Check out the New Jersey Devil Barbecue restaurant at the exit of Nitro for one of the bigger barbecue selections, or Best of the West by the Log Flume if you want indoor seating and a more relaxed atmosphere. Also, the turkey legs are massive, no matter where you get them from. Do you see the size of this thing? It's crazy. They might not be the easiest food to share, but they are definitely shareable when it comes to the amount of meat you get. I can never finish one myself. So if you enjoy turkey legs, I'd go for it. Personally, I really haven't had a better one anywhere else. All right, who here is all about burgers and chicken tenders? If that's you, you are in luck because they are being sold almost everywhere you turn, but the quality is most definitely not the same depending on where you get them from. My number one recommendation would be to stick with Johnny Rockets. They have one location at the very center of the park and another down between Batman and Nitro. Not only is the food more likely to be fresher here, they also give you onion rings with the fries, which is a major win in my book. You might also want to try the Garden State Grill over in the Boardwalk section for burgers. I just made a stop there and tried out their Jersey burger, which came with pork roll on top. It was actually really tasty, a nice thin pan fried patty with a perfectly cooked piece of pork roll on top. It was a win. And for my personal favorite chicken tender stop, try out Totally Kickin' Chicken, which is also in the Boardwalk section. They have the best sauces there, including their Korean barbecue sauce, which is to die for. I would buy a bottle of that stuff if they were selling it. The perfect balance of sweet and spicy. It's so good. And both the Garden State Grill and Totally Kickin' Chicken have some indoor seating as well, which Johnny Rockets doesn't have. The seating is a bit limited in those spots, so there's never a guarantee that you'll get a seat, but it's definitely an added benefit. If you're getting value from this video, don't forget to hit that like button. It helps me out a ton. Sticking with that same thought, some families aren't too concerned about the quality of the food and just want a nice cool place to sit down, eat, and relax in, especially in the middle of a hot park day. Let me be crystal clear. If I'm not thinking about the quality of the food and only the quality of the seating and that AC, I have had the best luck over at Chop 6, the Six Flags Chinese food restaurant right next to Skull Mountain. This place has a large indoor seating area and is oftentimes not extremely crowded unless you're eating right at peak meal times or you're visiting on a weekend. They also have a beautiful outdoor deck seating area in the back of the restaurant, which is much quieter than other outdoor seating areas, and it has a lovely view. Other places with larger indoor seating areas would be Granny's Chicken, just past the Ferris wheel, which serves home-style food, including, of course, fried chicken. The Yum Yum Cafe behind the carousel, serving your basic burgers and chicken tender type menu items, and Best of the West, which I'm sure you can guess is by far the best restaurant of all the ones that I just listed. But each of these places will give you your best shot at finding a table in the air conditioning, which could really save your day in the long run. No judgment if this is you, just know that you might not be getting the best food at all of these restaurants. Now, before I get to the restaurants that you should avoid like the plague, here's a couple of pointers for people with special diets. If you're gluten-free, check out the Villains Cafe by the Joker for a completely gluten-free menu. They've got mac and cheese, chicken nuggets, the works. Of course, if you have allergies, you are allowed to bring your own food into the park, though you might get stopped at security first, but just explain it to them and you should be fine. Another spot to know for people with allergies or vegetarians is that there are customizable salads to the right of Totally Kickin' Chicken in the Boardwalk section of the park. I wasn't impressed with the salad that I got from here, but it wasn't terrible. Also, if you're a vegetarian, there are black bean veggie burgers at a lot of stands throughout the park, but they definitely are not the best. However, the Jersey Devil Barbecue restaurant has deep fried cauliflower, and that dish is really unique and pretty tasty when you dip it in their hot sauce. Now, those of you that don't have special diets but are just looking for something that's not quite as heavy or deep fried, I enjoy the chicken quesadillas over by Batman the Ride. They're not groundbreaking, but I don't feel like I just ate a bucket of grease after eating them, and sometimes that's all you can ask for at an amusement park. If you're getting value from this video, make sure to hit that like button. It really helps me out. Whatever you do, if you care about the quality of the food that you're eating at Six Flags, avoid these places. Number one, any Chop Six locations. I know that the seating area here is great, but the food is borderline inedible. I loved this place when it was Panda Express, but I've never enjoyed any of the Chinese food here since it switched over, and I've tried several times. Number two, the Yum Yum Cafe. The outside of the building is a ton of fun and it's centrally located, which is why the place is so crowded all the time, but the food isn't good and they don't serve ice cream, which just doesn't make any sense since the building looks like a giant ice cream sundae. I take it personally every time I walk by. And number three, the Metro Grill, especially that corn dog. This was my all-time favorite restaurant when it first opened, but the menu has become increasingly uninspired each year. It's a shame because this was one spot where they really took pride in what they did. The ingredients were always fresher, but now they don't even have those amazing house-made potato chips. Don't give this place your money, sending the message to the powers that be at Six Flags that you're okay with these negative changes. If you disagree, let me know why I'm wrong in the comment section below and tell us your favorite spot to eat at Six Flags. You can watch these videos that review some of Six Flags' best barbecue right now. Remember, life's an adventure. Let's make it a great one. See you soon.